Hello, West Ham family. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned so you're always up to date with the biggest Hammer stories. In the last few days, West Ham has been busy finalizing transfers and loan deals. While not every case is fully resolved, we already have a clear picture of the main movements that have taken place so far. The first official announcement came with the permanent transfer of Emerson Palmieri to Olympique de Marseille. This move had been expected since the weekend, but it took some time before everything was signed and confirmed. His departure adds to the list of players leaving the club. During this transfer window, which now includes around 9 permanent exits and 3 more on loan. Another important update involves Edson Alvarez, who spent the weekend playing abroad. On loan at Fenerbahce, the Mexican midfielder featured for the entire 90 minutes in a 3-1 away victory for the Turkish side. Meanwhile, young defender Kalen Casey, currently on loan at Swansea City, did not feature in the championship match where his team won 2-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. However, he did start in the EFL Cup match against Plymouth Argyle, playing about 70 minutes before being substituted. That game ended in a penalty shootout with Swansea progressing to the next round. Midfielder Lewis Orford has also sealed a move joining Stevenage on a season-long loan. Importantly, the deal includes a January break clause, meaning West Ham can recall him mid-season if needed, or even move him elsewhere should a more lucrative opportunity arise. Championship clubs and even sides abroad had shown interest in Orford, but due to the uncertainty around the futures of players like Rodrigo, the club decided to hold on to him until late in the window. That hesitation reduced the possibility of a bigger move, allowing Stevenage to quickly secure the loan. The situation of goalkeeper Alphonse Areola has also been under discussion. There had been speculation that he might leave, especially with other clubs moving for new goalkeepers, but with the transfer deadline so close, the likelihood of him departing has now dropped significantly. Unless something changes in January, he is expected to remain at West Ham. Another possible departure is Maxwell Cornet, who is attracting interest from Genoa. However, the Italian side is only considering a loan move, and West Ham would still need to cover a large portion of his wages, estimated at £50,000 to £60,000 per week. From the club's perspective, this would not represent a major saving, so they may prefer to keep him within the squad. Midfielder Andy Irving was close to a move to Wrexham. The two clubs reached an agreement over a fee, but personal terms proved to be a stumbling block as Irving's wage demands were not accepted. Still, there is a chance that a deal could be revived late in the window. Notably, Irving impressed when he came on during West Ham's 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. Finally, there's the ongoing case of Rodrigo Muniz, another player the club has struggled to move on. Reports suggest his agent has flown to Spain to look for a last-minute deal, though nothing concrete has emerged yet. Before we carry on, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. This is really important because it strengthens the Claret and Blue family, making our West Ham bigger and stronger every day. While West Ham continues to negotiate exits, the major focus of supporters is on the potential arrivals. The club has been heavily linked with defensive reinforcements, with several names circulating in the final hours of the transfer window. One of the first names to appear was Charlie Cresswell, a young English centre-back known for his strong aerial presence and development in the Championship. Another target was Taylor Harwood-Bellis, part of Manchester City's system, who already has international experience with England's youth teams. The list also included the German defender Bright Ari MB, currently at Hannover 96 and a former Bayern Munich youth player. At only 21 years old, he is seen as a talent with significant potential. At the same time, Axel Disasi, a more established figure in European football, was also mentioned, but the asking price was considered far too high for West Ham's budget. Another strong rumor involved Igor Julio, the Brazilian defender playing for Brighton. Reports suggested he was undergoing medical tests with Crystal Palace, but later information hinted that West Ham might try to hijack the deal with an offer for a loan move. According to insider reports, Igor himself showed interest in joining the Hammers instead. Meanwhile, Manuel Akanji of Manchester City was briefly linked, but those hopes quickly faded as it became clear he was closing in on a move to Inter Milan. The case of Dimitri Kolau, the 19-year-old right-back from Paris FC, also gained attention. Seen as a signing for the future, his potential arrival would still provide useful depth in the current squad. Sources suggested that an agreement was already close pending only final details. Journalists such as Ben Jacobs reported that West Ham had made serious attempts to secure a permanent signing, but the timing and cost made it unrealistic. In one example, a loan deal with an obligation to buy for around £13 million was rejected as the selling club demanded closer to $17 million. This financial gap has been a common obstacle in negotiations. Over the summer, West Ham has been linked with an extraordinary number of players. Estimates suggest nearly 240 names. This reflects both the club's genuine search for reinforcements and a common practice of agents using West Ham's name to generate interest elsewhere. Despite the noise, insiders agree that the club will likely secure just one centre-back on loan before the deadline. As the transfer window nears its conclusion, the realistic outlook for West Ham is that only one or two moves may still happen. The focus is on finalizing possible exits while remaining alert to a late loan opportunity for a defender. Among the unresolved departures is Rodrigo, whose agent has traveled to Spain in search of a deal. Time is running short, but last-minute transfers can never be ruled out in football. Andy Irving remains another uncertain case. Although a fee had been agreed with Wrexham, personal terms were not met. There is still a slim chance of progress if both sides show flexibility before the deadline. The case of Maxwell Cornet also continues, with Genoa interested but reluctant to cover his full wages. West Ham would have to keep paying around £50,000 to £60,000 per week, which reduces the financial benefit of letting him go. On the incoming side, the most probable outcome is a defensive loan. This cautious approach is influenced by the fact that the squad already has versatile options. Defenders like Konstantinos Mavropanos and Max Kilman are established, while other players such as Vladimir Kufal or Thilo Kehrer can provide cover in different positions if needed. The academy also offers solutions. Young talents like Edges Colombis, the captain of the under-21 team, and Ezra May are seen as promising defenders who could step in if required. The coaching staff is willing to integrate them into the senior squad when opportunities arise. The loan strategy for academy players is also in progress. Recent confirmations include Jude Robinson and Finn Healy, who both secured moves to gain valuable playing time. It is expected that one or two more youngsters could follow them before the end of the window. Insiders emphasize that the club does not want to rush into panic signings. Instead, the plan is to maintain financial stability, trust the depth of the current squad, and revisit the market in January if necessary. Even if this measured approach may not excite every fan, it reflects a pragmatic vision: build a stable squad, now avoid risky expenses, and use the existing balance between experienced players and academy graduates to remain competitive in domestic and European competitions. And that's all for today's West Ham news. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with fellow fans, and of course subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Come on, you Irons!